I don't know what you have planned to talk about today.
Well, I haven't finished up a book. I'm going through that book on Rocky Mountain, plants of the
Oh,
Rocky
that's right.
Mountains, and
Yeah, I think we talked about
there's a
that.
lot of stuff in there.
Oh,
Like
it's
it's
a great
not
book.
something that you can just blast through. It's an awesome book. Too bad it wasn't larger format. Are you going to review that?
Today I'm going to review Avatar, which I haven't reviewed.
Oh, we did.
Before.
That's right. We were talking with Kathy about it.
Yeah. So, it's a really awful movie. Honestly,
Is James
The
Cameron the dude who
animation-
did Titanic, or is it? Anyway, yeah. Yeah, the person we were talking with didn't like it. You didn't like it. I actually liked it okay the first time out there.
your brother likes it,
Did. I forgot
but
about that.
anyway, I'll tell you why. I think it's a terrible movie. Now the animation or whatever, the computer stuff that they do to make these blue guys and the landscape and whatever. Yes,
It was pretty good for back when.
Very
whenever it was.
talented people worked on that.
Yeah.
But
Did you put some Saskatoons in there?
no, I did mango and
Mango. Wow.
we were picking Saskatoons. Well, I was picking Saskatoons.
Yeah,
James was
couldn't.
talking to people.
Well,
And,
okay. My back, I wouldn't have been able to handle. I mean, I've had my back was bad. I was having numbness in both of my feet and both my hands yesterday, so I wouldn't have been able.
And my back's actually been fairly good lately. If I keep my weight thin enough and I keep active enough.
Activity is an important thing, and
Helps.
if people are lugging around too much weight, it is.
Like this is the
Problem.
first time I've been able to pick Saskatoons in a decade where I'm able to pick them normally.
Without.
How I was having to do it before. Like I can wear a belt now when I do it, which I haven't been able to wear a belt for more than like a couple minutes without really bad pain. But
Ordinarily,
I've
if
been
people
able to
have
wear a
back pain,
belt.
I don't recommend belts, but that
Well,
means you're.
it's-
No, well, what
what
it means
happens is with picking Saskatoons, you put the belt through the bucket handle, and then you have two hands, so you can hold the branch and then pick.
Sure. It
Right?
makes a difference.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And so before, what I was having to do was pace back and forth while I'm picking. So pick, pace, pick. It was ridiculous,
Yeah.
honestly.
So I
So
don't
now I'm able to
recommend
pick
it,
them
but
normally.
if you can wear a belt, then by all means do. That's all I was going to say. I wasn't going to say that you should.
It's just an easier way to do it. It's much faster.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, so the Saskatoons are still ripening. There's still a lot of red ones. So if you happen to be in southern Alberta wanting to pick Saskatoons, you can still do so. They're still ripening. And the Buffalo Berry, James noticed, are red now. So I'll have to go look at them.
Yeah, I don't know if they're the exact red that is ideal, but
it
Did you
doesn't matter
pick them
because I'm
before?
still good picking Saskatoons.
yeah.
And there's currants like crazy, right? They're still edible. So anyway, Avatar. Now the animation technically was done well. Now the landscape was not very creative. Whoever was thinking up there, I bet they thought they were being creative by sticking an extra couple pairs of wings on things or making them look a little bit different. But they're obviously, it's like watching Star Trek, and I don't know. But even Star Trek, I mean, they had the Trouble with Tribbles, and that was more interesting. But and more creative than this because you have a dog creature, you have a lemur creature, you have a whatever, and it's like
There was a horse creature.
yeah,
that
like
they were
it's
riding.
ridiculous.
There was a pterodactyl kind of thing that they were riding in the
Anyway.
sky. You've got
so
a point
it's not
there.
very
that one,
creative. And then the story, you have a Marine who here now they're not all a bunch of white guys. So when I say a bunch of white guys, I'm overstating the case, but not by much. They're the humans in whatever form, but they tend to be a bunch of white guys. So anyway, you have this Marine who happens to be a white guy, or, well, anyway.
Well, he looks Scandinavian. He's got that baby nose on him and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
maybe. So anyway, he's replacing his brother. So he's a Marine and he's in a wheelchair. So he's not really. He's pretty much retired as a Marine, one would think. And his brother his twin is dead, and he had a PhD, and so he was.
And something or other.
Yeah, and he was supposed to be using the avatar that was genetically him crossed with this alien type. And but you know, it's kind of creepy thinking about this guy or anybody somehow dominating somebody else's body, which is what it is. I mean, you have these avatars, and where's the living consciousness from that creature, right? And why is it able to be displaced by this Marine guy? And so that's kind of a creepy thought. And then you have he goes into the aliens of this blue people civilization, and they've decided to teach him a bunch of things, and so he's learning and whatever.
How to hunt and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
it's like going to the Amazon basin.
Yeah, and well, he had been in Venezuela before as a Marine.
Yeah,
so
that's not.
Anyway,
he wasn't doing or anthropological work, I don't think.
No. So he's learning from these people, and then eventually they have this blue rock or something, or I can't remember, that somehow it's like this life energy for their society and all the creatures. And
I gotta say,
like
that
Mother
one,
Nature, whatever.
That one was ridiculous. That sort of thing.
And so the humans want to mine that rock. That's why they're there, and it's right under their village, and so they've just got to move. These blue people got to move, and the Marine guy, he's like, yeah, I'll convince him to move, and he doesn't want to convince him to move, and they just end up getting their village all burnt and stuff, whatever. And so I am just telling you about what happened in the movie. I'm not telling you exactly why I don't like it.
No,
well, anyway,
most of that stuff is kind of creepy. No,
okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the guy, he ends up, after he's learning from them for not that long, and somehow he becomes their big leader, their big savior.
Like that's going to happen, particularly a Marine.
And well, it's just offensive. I mean, he hasn't been learning from them for very long, and all of a sudden they're like, oh yes, lead us, you foreigner. Like, why would anybody? So anybody watching that and thinking, yeah, I'm gonna be like I'm this. No, I might be a little bit offensive here. I'm some big stupid Marine, and I'm a big tough guy, and I believe in dominance, right? And I'm a big dominant male, and but it's like this Rousseau sort of attitude of the noble savage thing here too. But I'm gonna lead them, right? I'm gonna be
the noblest of the most savage.
I'm gonna be the king of the noble savages against the rest of humankind, and it's ridiculous and offensive. I can't imagine why anybody would like this movie unless you're that kind of idiot that thinks, yeah, I'm gonna be the leader of all the the other people against the whatever, the rest of the humans. It's just
I'm afraid
I
it
don't know.
was aimed at that kind of an audience.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
So if
Donald
you think
Trump
that way, I
supporters
mean,
or whatever.
you're obviously you don't have a respect for Indigenous people. If you think, oh well, I'll just
Go in there and dominate.
3 weeks, I'll learn everything that I need to know from them because, you know, I can learn it all in 3 weeks.
I mean, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they're gonna think that I'm king of them.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of? Anyway,
So
I
the-
think I
you
got
know-
it across why this movie sucks so badly.
The thing that one of the things that's making this taking so long to go through the plants of the Rocky Mountains is all the stuff that plants are used for. You know, this plant is
Exactly.
used for soap. Here's
Yeah.
how you prepare the soap, but you can also use it for making rope. You can also use it for making a substitute for ice cream, and so on and so forth. And,
Yeah. I mean,
it's
if you
just-
go into some any kind of society, you're not going to learn it all in a few weeks.
it's
And
going to
it's
take years.
offensive for you to even think that you could.
Yeah.
And it's offensive for you to think that after you learn what they know, they're going to think you're some sort of a big god almost,
Yeah.
you know, like big king of them.